What? We're live? Oh, Phil Yates coming to you from Greater Sydney Conference. I hope you're well. Hope you're getting outside doing some mowing, planting plants. When you come inside, do them push-ups. Get those planks done. You know, next time you're doing maths, say, Mum, time out from algebra. As a family, we need to get down and do a plank. Put the clock on for a minute. I'm not doing a minute. I'm doing 45 seconds. My back feels like it's going to cave in. I'm only being honest, people. Today we're going to do an honour. And what's that honour, you might ask? There's a clue. What's that? That's right. We're doing the palm honour. This is awesome. Created here in the South Pacific. And this video is coming to you from the South Pacific. So I hope you enjoy. We're going to get this thing done in a minute. Before we do, guys, go to the Greater Sydney. Type in Greater Sydney Youth. And click on Pathfinders. Go to the bottom of that page. You'll see the worksheets. These worksheets. Get the worksheets done. They're here to help you. They're editable PDFs, so you can edit them. You can send them straight to me. Send them an email, and then I'll get you out a certificate. And with that certificate, you can get that signed by your director of your Pathfinder Club, and then you can go and order that honour and get that honour for investiture at the end of the year. So, guys, without further ado, we've already been in minute 30, so we're going to get into it. The palm honour. The first requirement is give general characteristics of the palm plant with the following parts. The first part, the stem and the trunk. So the palm tree is usually straight and unbranched, so it goes straight up. You'll see all the growth at the top of the tree, right? Rarely divides into two branches. Unlike other trees, the palm has all its new growth or live growth in the middle of the stem, right? And the outer part of the trunk is dead. She dead. She gone. Roots. The roots. Palms are monocots, which means that they belong to the same family as grass or bamboo. Hence, their roots don't really grow after maturity. So you know when you're running down the road and you're setting a really good pace. You're setting about 4-minute pace. About 5-minute Ks, right? You're running down the road, boom, you trip, you're on your face, you skin your nose, skin your elbow, skin your knee, and you're going, what just happened? That just happened. Well, this is caused by a dicot. Not a palm, because a palm is a monocot. It's caused by a dicot, which is like your oaks, your maples, right? Because their roots grow after maturity, and they just keep growing. What should we plant near paths or sidewalks? Palm trees. Let's get with it, people. Come on, let's go to leaves. Palm leaves are evergreen, which means they're not red, they're not yellow, they don't fall off, they're evergreen. And they're either one of two things. So they're palmately, which is fan-leaved, or they're pinnately, which is feathered-leaved. And they are compound spirally arranged at the top of the stem, right? The leaves have a tubular sheath at the base, which usually splits open at maturity. Inflorescence and flowers. Inflorescence is the complete flower head, including the stem, the stalk, the bracts, the flowers, everything as part of that, right? Which can become woody at maturity. Right? The flowers are usually small and white, and they're radially symmetrical, which means they're round and they're symmetrical, so they're even. The petals usually number in 3, so there's usually 3 petals, and they distinctly join from the base. Right? The stamens, which is the male part of the plant, is usually in 6. Right? With the filaments, which is the part that produces pollen, it may be separate. So on other plants, it's usually joined, but it may be separate and attached to another or attached to the pistil. And the pistil is the female part of the plant at the base. So that's the inflorescence, right? Inflorescence. Fruits. Fruits are usually a single seed drupe. A drupe is a fleshy fruit. fleshy fruit in which the seed is separated from the outer flesh by a hard inner layer of bony, woody, fibrous tissue. Sorry I have to read this, but mate, my tongue is twisted. And some of the palms may contain 2 seeds. You never know. Usually 1. Okay, let's go to the next one. Fruits. We just talked about fruits. Let's go to the next one, which is the second requirement. What happens when the crown of a palm is cut out? Well, new growth comes from the crown. So if a crown is cut out, the actual tree will die. That's like the heart and soul of the palm. Do not cut the crown out. You need the crown. What happens when the trunk of the palm is damaged? Well, the trunk, as we discussed before, is dead. And it consists of dead tissue, just like your nail. So if you mark your nail, or you cut your nail, which is going to hurt, so don't do it. But if you cut your nail, it will be marked, and it won't heal, and it will just grow out. So you cut it off, but it won't heal. It's like your hair. You know, if it's damaged, it won't heal, but it will. You know, it will grow out. Number 4. So that, the number 2 was the crown. Number 3 was what happens when the trunk is damaged. Number 4, describe how to plant a palm tree. Right. To plant a palm tree is not that much different to planting every other tree. Right. So the nursery will give you a palm, and it will be potted and balled and belapped. So the balled refers to the root that's kind of, it's made in a ball kind of shape, but then roots contain the dirt and the soil as well. And belapped means it'll be wrapped in this traditional material, which looks like a type of a hessian, right? And that'll be kept moist. Not soaked, but moist, because if it's soaked, it will rot, right? So that's all we have it. We've got 4 things. Now we come into the things that you need to do. These are the things you need to do. Draw or photograph 6 different palms which grow in your area, showing clearly the leaf formation, the flowers, the seed shape, and the fruit. So you can draw that. You can get some images online. You can have a draw, or if palms in your area, take pictures. Or a mix of both. There you go. By writing short paragraphs, describe the following. Now, the following can be done in your culture, or the following can be done somewhere that isn't in your culture. They're the exact same things. Okay, number 1, their significance to your culture. So the palm's significance to your culture. Number 2, the palm's uses of food and how to prepare that food, right? And number 3, the other uses beside food. So what do we use palms for other than food, right? So 3, in your culture or somewhere that's not your culture if you don't have palms in your area. The last thing you need to do is this. Identify and briefly describe Bible references that relate to palm. So we've got in Exodus 15:27, Numbers 33:9, on their flight out of Egypt, the Israelites came to Elim, which is a grove with 70 palm trees. So there's a little part in the Bible where it's used. I'll give you 3. Psalms 92:12, a symbol of righteousness. They shall Don't you guys laugh at the way I pronounce it? My tongue is just square. I'm not sure. A symbol of righteousness. They shall flourish like a palm tree. John 12:13. Palm branches spread before Jesus in his triumphal entry into Jerusalem. So there's some awesome Bible stories. There's more, but you might need to look them up. But remember, get the worksheet, get the certificate, and get the honor. Guys, hope you enjoyed. I hope you are loving life and you're back to school or doing what you need to do. Cheers.